Hello and welcome to A Life of Creation. My name is Chad. I'm the host of this channel. If you like what you've seen so far, please like and subscribe and click the notification button so you know when I release new content. Today I'm excited because we are talking to Jered Scott, who is probably one of the best concert photographers I know. He's done a lot, and we are going to ask him the 10 questions. So let's hear his answers. Just use an overlay. All right, number 6. Is there an experience or a time in your life where you realized you were a creator?
Um, yeah, I mean, I guess at the beginning of all of like this photo career stuff, like realizing this thing that I was doing for fun with like my college buddies and like classmates and roommates was paying some bills and taking me places like around the country and things like that. I realized like, oh, I am creating something and people are interested in it. Like bands are using it for merch. Fans want to buy prints, magazines want to use it in stories. And so that was when I think stepped into this place of like, oh, I am this. Like I am a artist or a creator or a professional. Uh, and then I feel like I had a second wave of that more recently. A couple years ago, I was working on a project that I was doing some light photo on, but I was more project managing and creative directing the whole thing. And we were doing a we were at a part in the project where we were doing a series of videos, and we had a roadmap from the beginning of like which video was going to be first, second, third, fourth. And we changed the concept of I think what was supposed to be the third video. And I really believed in like, dude, this is what we need to do. This is going to be much better for the campaign. It's going to be funny, it's going to be memorable, like it's going to get people that you're sending it to like talking. This is what we need to do. And I felt really strongly that it needed to also lead the campaign. And the client was like, wait, what? They were confused about that. And while we were talking about it, I could feel that I was like dancing around it. And so I decided to like trust myself. Like I am creating this overall like project for these guys. They came to me because they trusted me. And so I was like, I'm just going to embrace that, and was able to like stop going, I really think maybe we should. And I was just like, you know what? Actually, I'm going to change what I said. I don't think we should do this. I know we should do this. This is the right thing to do. And as soon as I did that, they changed their responses and they were like, okay, let's do it. And
Right.
so again, I think like that allowed me to see like I have a vision. I am working that vision. I need to like stand behind it, but all of that supports this idea of like I'm creating with them and for them. So
Right. And that was even, you probably had the realization that, you were used to being the photographer and now you're, ooh, I'm this. And you can were able to go, I am this,
yep.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, and I think, as creators, on a journey. You know, things change and we do different things. And I think there are multiple points in our lives where, you know, that realization dawns on us that, okay, I do have some idea of what's going on, you know. And you, like you said, start trusting your instincts.
Yep.
Like your instincts are your instincts, and people start hiring you for your instincts.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. It's your
trust it.
instinct and your taste, right? Like
Yeah,
you get hired to do a project, then you better hope that they know your taste and some people are like, adaptable and they're like, oh, I can change and do this or that. And that again was the thing I learned. For me, I'm not. And it's
yeah,
not that I don't want to. It's just I'm kind of like, I don't know how to just like change. Like
right,
I remember a band at the very beginning of my career called me about I'd been in talks with them about doing their like album promos, and they were talking about what they wanted things to look like, and you'll remember this, but like the way that they were explaining things, like I understood. And so when he finished, I responded and I was like, I know what look you're talking about. I was like, what you're talking about is like a composite photo, like high gloss look that like is dominating alternative press right now. It was
right.
like
Dave
Dave.
Hill.
Yeah. And I told him, I was like, I don't work with lights, man. Like I cannot do that. I don't know how, and I'm not interested in doing it. I was like, you're talking about Dave Hill, like you should either hit Dave Hill or one of these guys that's doing what Dave's doing, like in a way, up if that's what you want. I said, for me, I want to give you guys photos that when people are flipping through the pages of that magazine and they come across your album ad, it stands out as different than everything else that's in there right now. And they were like, yep, you're the right guy. Let's do that. And I was like, cool.
Yeah,
Great. Thanks. So, yeah, I think it's just like, you got to know your lane. And if your lane is adaptable and you can do all the things and stuff, like, sweet, do it. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
But if you know your strong suit and your passion and what makes you excited, and that's going to produce better work. So like, stay in your lane, just do your thing.
yeah,
If you don't want it, that's okay. Like,
yeah.
doesn't mean you're wrong. It's not
Right.
the right.
Yeah. And there's something to be said about sometimes a customer and client, you know, aren't compatible. So
Totally.
don't
Yeah.
worry about it. You'll
Yeah.
find another one.
Absolutely.
Um, Actually, I assisted Dave Hill twice,
Me too.
and
Yeah.
it was very interesting and cool to see him work. Like he had the
Totally.
whole thing all mapped out, and I'm just like he was one of my first introductions to I
Yep.
think Capture One,
Yes.
and I was
Right.
like,
Yeah.
man, he is at a level I am not.
Right. And it's
It was
awesome, but it showed me right away, I don't want to be at that level. I do not want to do this stuff. Like,
right.
it just wasn't interesting to me.
Yeah.
But I love his work. Like I
Yeah.
love what he was doing. It was fantastic.
Yeah. He did some crazy stuff. I hadn't thought about him in a long time. Yeah. He dominated for sure.
Very much.